Elon Musk has 3 weeks now to close his deal with Twitter if he wants to avoid a trial with the social media company. The legal showdown was set to begin in 10 days after Musk tried to back out of the whole thing. But yesterday, a Delaware judge delayed the trial till the end of the month. In a court filing yesterday, Musk's lawyers insisted he wants to proceed with the Twitter takeover at the original $44 billion price. They asked Twitter to end the legal battle, arguing the trial would distract the team from securing the financing necessary to close the deal, but Twitter refused to drop that lawsuit. In its court filing just yesterday, the social media company's lawyers wrote in part that Musk's proposal is an invitation to further mischief and delay. Mischief. Tim Higgins is here. He's a technology reporter for the Wall Street Journal and author of Power Play, Tesla, Elon Musk, and the Bet of the Century. Tim, thanks so much. What does Twitter want to see from Musk before it considers dropping this lawsuit?
Well, they probably want to see him to show them the money and get this deal done. That's been the issue going back to the beginning, is him pulling out after promising that he would do the deal. So in a lot of ways, this is kind of a pencils down moment, to steal a phrase from Elon Musk, to stop messing around and get it done. You've
covered Musk for years, Tim. Are you surprised by how he's handling all of this, or is this pretty well to script?
Well, Elon is not your usual cat. He's a person who engages in negotiations in bare-knuckle ways. He uses his celebrity to push people to get what he wants. He's not your typical businessman across the table, so nothing really surprises you with Elon Musk, though every day it's a new page in this amazing drama.
Tim, he has to know, right, what the rest of the world and everybody on this channel knows, and that is, at this point, it's not worth $54.20. I mean, he's overpaying, but I don't guess he really has a choice.
Well, that's the problem, right? I mean, essentially, he's been trying to negotiate that price down by pulling out, playing a big game of chicken. But ultimately, he's blanking here because the judge in the case has shown an unwillingness to engage in the kind of delays that he would need to keep his leverage going. The longer he could delay this trial, the more challenging it is for Twitter. The Twitter in court, legal experts say, has a pretty good hand. If they can get this to court in front of the judge and get this going, they probably come out the winner here. So it's looking like kind of the writing's on the wall. So hence we see him coming back to the table saying he's ready to do the deal. Now Twitter's just saying, where's the money?
Right, and that's a process that has to happen pretty quickly. Would you suspect this is going to get messier before it gets better, or are we at a finish line?
With Elon, it's always hard to say. Right. But there's not a lot more he can do. In a lot of ways, he has backed himself into a corner by going to the judge and saying that he's trying to make this deal happen, that he's ready to make it happen. If he tries any more of those so-called shenanigans, then he's angering the judge. And that's not a good position to be in going into a trial, potentially in a few weeks, a trial that the judge could force him to do this deal, perhaps on terms that are less favorable than he could potentially get in the next few weeks.
Mischief. I've set an alert for his Twitter, though, because you just never know. We've got a long weekend ahead. Tim, great to see you. Tim Higgins from Wall Street Journal.